You know when you're going through questions and then you come out and you go, "Oh, I've just made a silly mistake with that, I know I have." Morning Jabbers, how the devil are you? Well, excellent. Me, absolutely knackered. I've got my big exam today for the UAV license, the PFAW, and frankly I'm myself. To be honest, I hate exams. I really hate exams. I never do well in exams. Even when I was doing my ground school for my PPL, it took me a lot of studying to get those right, and it just feels like we've crammed so much into 3 days. Yeah, I'm really nervous about it. So my body woke me up at just after 4 o'clock this morning, and it wasn't going to let me go back to sleep again, so I've been awake since then. So I've been studying since then, and yeah, not good. I'm tired, which is definitely not good. And really nervous. I know nervous energy is a good energy sometimes, but right now it doesn't feel like it. Gonna just have to see how this goes. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Let's get ourselves to Wallingford and complete this final morning. And even after this, I've still got a flying exam to do. God, it just never gets any easier. Alright then guys, made some silly mistakes in the exam. Just, you know when you're going through questions and then you come out and you go, "Oh, I've just made a silly mistake with that, I know I have." And then you speak to everybody else and definitely you have made a silly mistake. It was one of those exams, so it's just one of those things, I guess. Sadly, I have actually passed. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really, I'm so happy. I'm so glad. It's kind of a weight off my mind now. That first stage is out the way. I need to concentrate now on the flight test and learning to fly more in what's called ATT mode, ATI mode. That will allow me to take off the GPS mode on the actual controller and fly it properly. And once I've got used to that, then I'm going to do my flight exam and then I'll be fully qualified. But yeah, brilliant. Passed my exam, passed my ground school, can get the aircraft insured and get cracking on some more learning. There is one thing I would say though, now I've passed my ground school, and that is if you do fly a drone and you don't have a license, number one, you can't do it for any money. Okay, and number two, the chances are what you're doing and what you're doing with the actual drone and where you're flying is probably illegal. It can end up in prison. It can end up in six-figure sum fines. I would do your research, find out if you're safe, find out where you're flying is safe, and make sure you know you are doing everything to the letter of the law, because if you're not, they're coming down on people like a ton of bricks at the moment. And that's not to say you can't fly anywhere, you just need to know where you're flying is safe and that you're staying within the letter of the law. Simple as. And the law is there for a reason, I guess. It's there to keep us all safe and there to make sure that we don't fly into anything else as well, because they're not toys. I have mentioned this before. They're not a toy. They are an aircraft. You are heavier than air, and you are up in the sky where there are other real aeroplanes with pink things inside them, flying them, who would like to go home to their families tonight at some point or another. So just, yeah, if you've got a drone and you do fly it, make sure you're safe. And if you're doing anything that you think might be illegal, if in doubt, leave it out. Just don't fly. Simple as. But definitely check up on the laws, especially if you're in the UK, because they're getting harsher and harsher. In America, I know they're getting harsher and harsher as well, and every drone has to be registered. In the UK, we're not quite at that stage, but you have to have a license to fly commercially, and the laws are there really heavily to catch people out, but just to make it a bit safer. And if you're not being safe, you will get fined. One of the things I need for my special little pack, so when I go out and do jobs flying, is an air horn, so I can warn people around if I'm going to crash on their head. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to try and find an air horn. Just caught up very quickly with George as well, looking very dapper today.
Yeah, I haven't got something different onto trackies today.
Absolutely. He's going to look even more dapper soon as well. If you want to find out why, go and check his channel. I'll put the link in the section below as always, and you can go check out his vlogs. I'm going to be 100% honest, I am absolutely knackered. That 4 o'clock start this morning has knocked me for 6, big time, and I've just had a little mini sleep, and I say mini, it's been about an hour and 20, something like that. I do feel a little bit better, and I would have slept for longer. However, I've had a call from a client who would like me to go and do some filming at 5 o'clock this afternoon, because we need to film some extra bits for one of the videos that they're releasing really soon. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm heading off there. I've got half an hour to get there. It's about a 20-minute journey, so nice and simple. And hopefully the filming's only going to take about an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the absolute most. So that's not too bad. And then I can just drive down, see how the guys are getting on with their circuit training, because they're training tonight just around the corner from where I'm filming. And then I can come home and chill out and have a very early night tonight, I reckon. And then tomorrow I think I'm going to the gym with George first thing in the morning. That should be good. I haven't been to the gym all week and I feel very lethargic for not doing so.
Which is awesome. Brilliant stuff. Just got to do my flight test now. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. Susanna's already in bed. She's knackered. She's asleep already. I'm up early. I'm going to the gym with George. We're going to do a back session. So I'll see you then. Thanks ever so much for watching.